Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Here we go again. Let's talk about the international break to start with. It's been 11 days since I posted last time. It's because of this. The international break is dire. I could have forced some content out, but I was chilling, but I didn't want to force it too much. It's been going well, so let's just keep it smooth, the rhythmic, whatever you want to call it, but we just evened out a little bit. But the international break, let's start there. It is what it is. We've got to do them next year. There will be bigger blocks, so but less international breaks, so that's a bonus. But yeah, it's always a dire time as soon as we get going. International break, I kind of not minded this one, obviously because we're at the top of the table, which is brilliant, but I kind of feel like with some of the injuries, it's just allowing some players to get some recovery time without actually playing or missing them. The squad's big enough. There's enough squad depth there to get these games won. So it's not a big deal, but I think it came at the right time for Liverpool. Perfect timing for Liverpool. Gives their players a bit of a breather on this title race. But yeah, it's always just dire, man. Like, this is a long one. This is like 2 weeks. 2 weeks without Premier League football. It's a struggle. It's been a struggle, but we've got to do them. And a lot of our boys performed, others didn't. It is what it is. I couldn't care less about international right now. All these little games and whatever. Just give me the tournaments. That's it. And like we said before, do the international breaks in one big block. That would help us all out. Everyone would be happy with that. I personally think. But as we move on, it's away from the international. It's simple for Arsenal. Keep winning. Keep doing what we're doing. All we have to do is win, and we haven't got to worry about anyone else now. Everyone else is behind us. We just need to keep winning. It's only when they overtake us, that's when we need to worry about them. We just need to keep doing our job. We just need to keep doing our job. We play Fulham this weekend away. So it's Fulham versus Arsenal. Saturday 5:30, and Liverpool play Sunday 4:30, I think. So we've got the opportunity to go a little bit further. I think 5 points clear. Are we 1 point clear, 2 points clear? Anyway, it doesn't really matter this early on in this season. It's just about being thereabouts in January. But it'd be nice to get a nice cushion because we're gonna have games thick and fast soon. I think we've got Atletico Madrid on Tuesday, which is a tough game. But yeah, let's focus on this one. Just keep doing what we're doing, Arsenal, and go from there. First off, let's just talk about a little bit of Arsenal news over the last couple of weeks. It hasn't been completely dire. We've had some great news, in terms of the overall club, being that the stadium might get a possible upgrade. We've inquired about it. It's one of those. It's like, why didn't we do this at the start? Apparently we're only increasing it by 20,000, so we've got to 80,000 seats. I kind of feel like we could have slotted that in with the stadium build, and then this time round we've just done like a full sort of overhaul, clean up, maintenance, Wi-Fi, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, right? But yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about it. It is a positive thing because while we're not winning, teams tend to do this when they've won something. But Arsenal, we don't win a lot lately. I get it. These talks are great. These talks show that the club's in a position to do these type of things. And yeah, I will bring up some pictures in a minute on it, but it looks like we're going to sort of angle the stands a bit sharper. A bit of a sharper trajectory. So the bottom tier stands will go from like sort of that to that. I'll bring up the pictures, and then the upper tiers will sort of do the same thing. And literally you're going to be up in the clouds. But a lot of Arsenal fans, we do struggle to get games, and this will open up the market, I think, for buying tickets for Arsenal. This is a long way down the road, mind. This is, this isn't next week. This isn't next year. This is 6-7 years time, but hopefully that opens up the market, so you're going to get these seats that are way up in the clouds that might be a lot cheaper. And I don't think a lot of people are going to mind paying those cheaper prices. The opportunity to get to an Arsenal game. Because I went to Wembley for the Sidemen game versus YouTubers at Wembley this year. And we were sat quite high up. You could still see the pitch, see everything going on, but you are quite high up. And it wasn't a bad thing. It's just, you know, you pay for what you get, really. And I hope that sort of, there's always tickets available. Even for those big ones, you want to be sat down right there. Arsenal versus Man City, Arsenal versus Tottenham. You want to be sat right down there, but it'd be also nice to go, oh, there is tickets still available at the upper tiers, which is great. You're there for the atmosphere and the buzz and to beat your rivals. So it's great news. But we're miles away from that. Yeah, it was just some news that come out this week, and it shows that our stadium can be expanded. It doesn't have to be fully ripped down and then more, you know, it looks like the roof's gonna have to be raised. No final plans, just ideas, I think, that are coming out. I don't think nothing official. It's just been official that we've inquired. So we'll take that one as it is. You know what I mean? It's early doors, great news, but as long as, my thing is, as long as it doesn't affect us like it did last time around when we got the stadium, where we had to sell our best assets, where we had to, you know, not really buy anyone, wasn't really attracting anyone, and you slowly fall off. This isn't so bad. It's not a massive cost, but I still want us to be able to spend money on players on the pitch instead of going, oh, we can't spend that this year or next year. No, that still needs to happen at all times now with Arsenal. Buying, selling players, good quality in and out, but also if that's got to exist, the stadium, this has to exist no matter what. So that's just my thought. But going more Arsenal news, a potential new deal for Bukayo Saka, my boy, my star boy. You know what I mean? My son, everything. He's a madman. He deserves it. I've heard that it's 300k. Who's been our best player? He has. It's simple. He has been hands down the talisman, everything on our squad. Hopefully it's not a new deal and then we see a bit of a fall off. He has earned it though. Let's be honest. When you've got Kai Havertz on 250, 260, you got Jesus on 230. We're on a mad one here. And Gyökeres is just coming in on 200 bags. I think he deserves, for me, at least a 250. At least a 250. If we're looking at trying to even out that wage structure, he has to be one of the highest paid players at the club. He has been the highest performer at the club, so he needs to be compensated for that. So for me, I'm happy. Even with 300k, I'm happy. If the club's got it, brilliant. I don't want to go into a wage structure problem going forward, but I don't think he's going to be at the heart of that. I think some of the signings that we did meet, like Jesus, Havertz has performed, to be fair to him. He has performed. So not in his primary position, but up front, he has done a great job for us. And with Gyökeres, I think it's going to complement each other. Different styles, movement, heads down, whatever. Even if we play two up front, imagine that Havertz and Gyökeres. Could we see that going forward? I don't know. But my biggest gripe has been Jesus. Yes, he's been injured, but why did we sign someone on that much money to give us half of a season? He has given us half of a season in 3 years. That is an absolute joke. I'm not sure how it works these days with wages. Wherever you get, you only get paid. I don't think it's like as bad as you only get paid when you're playing. I don't think it's that bad. But surely there's some like supplement, like you get half your wages. Because I'm not being funny. He has been sat around for best part of 2 years getting 230 bags. That is unreal. And whoever signed him, I'm glad we're moving on to Berta, because we're going to be shooting more videos on Berta in weeks to come. But for now, it's kind of looking like whoever signed these kind of guys on mad wages is, I don't know. Havertz, I don't mind so much. I mean, yes, Jesus, if he was playing and he was scoring, it's a different question. But he's had one knee problem, then another knee problem. It's not good. It's not good. But that's any going away from it. That's what I'm seeing, the wage structure problem that might be a potential issue. Because he's playing, let's be honest, if Gabriel Jesus hasn't got a real career after this, because there's talks that he might go back to Brazil. He's not going to want to leave anytime soon, especially on that money. He's not going to want to leave. So it is what it is. Injury news. Ødegaard obviously still out. He's out until mid-November. Havertz, he's been spotted in training, but it's still too soon. Hincapié has been spotted in training. Could feature, but I reckon only as a substitute, if anything. And remember, we do have Fulham on Saturday, and then we have Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. So we've got to do some rotations, whether in this game or the Atletico Madrid game. Hincapié, so he's back. He's back in training. Jesus obviously still out. No news really. And Zubimendi was interesting because I seen that he was on the sideline. He wasn't actually training today. He was just on the sideline in his full attire to train, but not training. I haven't kept up to date on his injury, but I'm guessing he's going to feature. I put him in my squad, but it's with the Arsenal squad now, you can swap and change a lot of the players, which I am in love with. That's why I think we're winning a lot of these games, because we're keeping not only the opposition guessing, but the opposition management guessing, because when we pull up to games, they know the players that are on the pitch. Oh yeah, they're starting this one, or an hour before kickoff. Oh, you know about this player, Saka, double up on him, this, that, and the other. Whereas you've had Nuni, Madueke, and others coming in. Eze, they're still. I think other teams, we're still trying to figure it out, but also other teams are trying to figure out how to counter it. And because we're always a bit of a moving picture at the minute, a lot of roll on, roll off subs. Obviously not. They're not going back on, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of movement a lot more movement on the subs bench, which is brilliant for Arsenal. But I think that's where as well we're winning games, because I think a lot of teams don't know how to deal with it, especially when they've gone low block for 70 minutes. We change it up completely, and then they're like, "Oh, we're stuck in the low block now. We can't get out." I think Arsenal found a way through eventually, so it is what it is. But Arsenal's head-to-head against Fulham, that's the injury news. All pretty good, all pretty bad. It's always not a good news when you've got players out, but the good news for Arsenal is that we've got strength and depth, which is brilliant, unbelievable, because times like this, last season we would have had if we hadn't signed out these players for backups and squad rotation players, we would be having a head fit by now, and we would have probably drawn a couple more games, I think. But because of the squad depth, we're doing really, really well. So Arsenal versus Fulham head-to-head at Craven Cottage. We drew one last season, but we tend to have a good head-to-head record against them. We win a lot of the games. We've drawn a couple, but we tend to win a lot. Let's not curse it, but this should be an Arsenal easy clap. Easy. So, but yeah, you have a really good record against them. We're obviously first in the table, and we haven't lost in 4. Fulham are 14th in the table, and they've lost their last 2 games. So coming into this, maybe a lot of their players didn't go for international. I find a lot of these teams that are lower down the table, their players still go away for international duties for other international squads in all around. But some, when you're lower down the table, you tend to not get called up a lot, and your players tend to stay with the club. So it's extra training, extra, whatever, fitness and that, so they're fully up for the game. So we just got to be mindful of that. We can't go into this game sleeping, thinking, this is an easy 3 for Arsenal. No. We need to treat them with respect, pull up there, get the 3 points, and get on home, because obviously, like we said, we got Atletico Madrid midweek. So yeah, they haven't been in great form. 14th, they've lost 3 this season, and they lost 2 of their last 2 games. Sorry. It should be. You got some of the homecomers. You got Leno coming home. You've got Smith Rowe coming home. They coming home. We're playing at Craven Cottage, and Iwobi, and these boys. They weren't good, and let's be frank, these guys were not good enough to take us to the Premier League, the Champions League, maybe an FA Cup or a Carling. No disrespect to them, but they lacked a little bit of something. And you could just tell by the way our squads moves on. And I think, isn't Smith Rowe struggling to get into the Fulham side? I think he is. He's always on the bench, which is really sad. Because when they signed him, I thought he's going to be the shining star for them. But he can't get into the squad. Iwobi still does brilliant. And Leno's doing a good job. But yeah, when I think it's sad you can't keep all of these players for sentimental reasons. Because you move on and you realize you're that much better now because of that. So it is what it is. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time, it's good to see him still at a Premier League club doing the job. And yeah, I'm happy for him. So my squad prediction, I'll bring this up for you guys, but my squad prediction is as follows. Raya in goal, simple. After international break, our players should be fully fit. I know if they've been playing a lot of international duties, but Arsenal first, yeah? So David Raya, Saliba and Gabriel centre-backs. Obviously, I want the strongest ones back. Nkapé can fall in because, like I said, a lot of rotation is going to happen within this squad or the Champions League game. So I feel like Nkapé could play a part in this game, or Mascara could play a part in this game. I'm happy with whatever, because I'm no disrespect to Fulham. We don't need our full strength, but I would like our full strength. And then as soon as we're winning 3-0 or something, I'm not being rude, 3 or 2-0 after halftime, 2-0 after 60th minute, get them all off, get them in the showers, get your squad rotational players on. So yeah, so Saliba, Gabriel at the back, and then Timber, Calafiori on either side. Standard work. They've been brilliant this season. It's been a toss-up between who our player of the season so far has been. Only been 7 games, but I will say it's them two are in hot contention. Timber and Calafiori have been unreal and scoring goals, which is brilliant, and setting up goals. So yeah, I think Calafiori set up Gyökeres and Timber's set up, was it Gyökeres or Saka? One of them anyway, but they're scoring and assisting, which is brilliant. In the centre, though, Zubi's injury, I'm not sure. So I've gone for Zubi, Rice, and Eze just in front. Obviously, Ødegaard's out injured. I want Rice in the mix. He's coming back from injury now with he had a bag back or something. So good news. Zubi, if he's not fit, I'm happy with Moreno to start in there. I'm happy for it. It's not as mobile. You can also ask Rice to play in the 6. You can ask him to play in the 6, even though he's not the best there. But I don't know. It's one of those where Fulham shouldn't really pose too much of a threat. We've only conceded 2 goals this season, 2 or 3 goals this season. So even without Zubi there, you could go over Moreno in there. I'm fine with that. I don't want to go too attacking because you'll see how I've planned out going forward. So it was either Zubi or Moreno, and then Rice and Eze to complete that midfield. And then attacking positions, Saka, Gyökeres, and Trossard. And this is the reason why I've gone for Trossard over Martinelli, because you've got Ødegaard out and you've potentially got Zubimendi out. So I didn't want a finisher, another finisher, because Saka is a creator and a finisher. Gyökeres is a finisher, and I would say Martinelli is a bit more of a finisher than he is a assist merchant, should we call him. And I think Trossard is a bit more like, he's a great finisher, and finisher's not been the best, but he can encourage more forward thinking play. So that's why I've put him in there instead of Martinelli, because I didn't want three guys up there. They didn't create. I want a creator on one side in Saka, and he's a goal scorer. And then I want a creator plus a goal scorer on the other side. And then Martinelli coming on at tired legs. I don't care if he comes on at 45 minutes. I don't business. But to start this game, I think Trossard in there, just get the game warm, get the game won. Eze pinging balls around. You could go with Martinelli instead of Trossard in terms of the Eze over the top balls. Brilliant. Either way, it doesn't really matter too much. We should be winning this either way. But I've just gone for Trossard to start with. only because the midfield might be weaker without Zubimendi. And Zubimendi, even though he's a 6, he likes to play the ball forward instead of side to side. You can see it in him. He likes that. So without him there, it's less attacking. So if Moreno's dropping in there, you could go for Wanyo, but if Moreno's dropping in there, you could Trossard in that, in more of a creative sort of space, whilst Deckers drops a little bit deeper, you know, to help Moreno if that's the case, or Moreno pumps up, goes up top, double up top with him and Gyökeres, and kind of bombs past Eze, and then it's Rice in that 6. I'm happy with either. I want the stronger squad out, but this is the type of game you can rotate because we've got that game midweek against Atletico Madrid. So one of the games you're going to have to rotate. I'm not sure you want to rotate against Atletico Madrid. I think it's home. I think we're home because we played the last one away, didn't we? Yes, we are home. So big night in the Champions League. We can do with another win there. They're not that good, and Liverpool weren't that good against them neither, and they managed to get 2 goals within 10 minutes. So he is quite pragmatic, their coach, but they've got a goal in them, and they've got some worldly goals in them. I believe in our defense, and especially David Raya, because he seems to keep out not those worldies that you cannot stop, top corner Szoboszlai, but he's a great shot stopper. So, and I've seen that a lot in that Liverpool game. I haven't watched too much of Atletico Madrid. I'm not overlooking Fulham. I'm just saying the rotation needs to happen in this game or that game. Either one, you know, we should be winning this, and we should be beating Atletico Madrid. No disrespect to them. I wouldn't mind beating Fulham and drawing to Atletico Madrid, but obviously I want double wins. And then the following weekend, we have Crystal Palace. So there you go. You got another big game next weekend. So sorry about that. So yeah, it's all about how we rotate after this break, who we're going to get back, who's actually fit and who's actually injured. But things are looking great for Arsenal. But we'll finish off with our prediction. My prediction for this game, and this is me putting my balls on the table. 4-0 Arsenal. 0 goals conceded. Okay. And we score 4. Gyökeres gets a goal or 2. You know, I'll be happy with that. A 4-0 win. You know, rotate as soon as it's a couple of goals up. Get half the squad off. Keep them fit. I don't think Fulham aren't the type of team like that West Ham game we just played. Absolutely infuriated me the way West Ham played. And I don't think it's nothing too much against Nuno, because he's just got into the job, second game in. But they in that game, they didn't want to play football. And I get it. You're not going to roll out the red carpet for Arsenal, but at least come and play football. Play your own football. And they didn't. It was embarrassing. And I wasn't impressed. And I don't think Fulham are going to play the same way. I don't think they'll play real defensive. I think they'll try and hit us on the counters and stuff. Yeah, fairs. But I think they're obviously going to have 10 behind the ball at times. But I also think they're going to be looking to break. They'll look at what Man United did and then kind of work off that. You know, I feel. Hopefully they will do something different than West Ham, because I've watched a couple of Arsenal games now and teams seem to think, oh, that's the best way to beat Arsenal or draw. And it's just like, you're changing up your whole situation, the way you play. I know that's what happens when you're get to the pinnacle, you're a bigger team, haven't won nothing. But it's nasty work if you ask me. You're setting up to not even draw, because you know we're going to score eventually. You're not going to score. We don't concede a lot of goals, and you're setting up like that. So it's a bit grabby. But like I said, international break, hate them, but this has been a good one because we've been on top, and I've been watching the Liverpool tears. I've been watching it all, the meltdowns. Everyone gets compared to Arteta, Amarin to Arteta now. And then again, another argument about Saka. Is he world class? I'm going to say it here now. My star boy is world class, and I'm going to tell you why. Everyone gets compared to him. If he's not world class, why is everyone comparing him to him? Okay. He has been world class for at least the last season, if not the season before as well. I'm going to just throw it out there. Yeah, he's been one of the best wingers out there. Consistent. Goals and assists. And penalties. Yeah, he's on that duty as well. And I'm going to say it. He's world class. It's that simple. He's been world class. Everyone... Oh, Palmer's world class. Okay, he's world class. Is he better than Saka? Yeah, okay, what metrics? Oh, this, that, and the other. Okay. Whatever then. So if you're comparing him to him, he's got to be world class then, hasn't he? Like, oh, it's only slightly better. Palmer's only slightly better. Well, then if he's only slightly, he's got to be world class as well. Hasn't he? Right? Just saying. Everyone gets compared to Saka. No one even... I know... I'm not calling out Salah at all. I'm not calling out Salah, but no one compares. Salah's world class. No one compares. Well, that especially last season. No one compares. No one's been comparing him to that. And if that's world class, that's world class. You compare those two, and if he's not that quite world class, then he's still world class. Go compare him over there. But you like to put the heat on Saka because he's the benchmark to be great at the moment as a winger, to have everything. Young as well. Let's not forget how young he is, okay? 300 bags. Go get your money, Playboy. I love it. Other than that, I can't stream the game this weekend because I'm obviously working, but we obviously will get back to making some more content. Some more of that content. And we're going to do some different things and things like that. So stay tuned. If you stayed this long, please give the video a like. And if you want to see more content, subscribe. If you want to ask me any questions, hit me up in the comments, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.